The British watchmaker Bremont has often been criticised by watch enthusiasts as being a bit out of touch. Their watches have always seemed to be tough, resilient, robust military watches, because after all, that's how they've been marketed, but with the retail prices hovering around $10,000 or more, it makes sense why enthusiasts would question the value of these watches. Especially because Bremont hasn't been around all that long, guys. They were founded in like 2002. Now, recently, Bremont has done a bit of a rebrand, trying to make their watches a little bit more accessible, trying to simplify their catalog. But the question I have is, has the damage already been done? Now, we kind of have an answer here because we look at this graph and we see that Bremont as a business hasn't been profitable for the better part of a decade. Yikes. It is 9:54 a.m. Let's get down to business. Alright, so guys, since we're talking about businesses being unprofitable, if you want to help keep my business profitable, please check out theTimeTellerShop.com. You can use the coupon code BRIT and get yourself a huge discount. So what's going on at Bremont Watches? Well, they hired a new CEO, David Serrato. Now, he was formerly at Panerai, and it seems like this guy is savvy enough, and he's attempting to save Bremont. Now, he simplified their catalog. What do I mean by that? Well, Bremont had a bunch of watches that they were selling. Now, he has split their catalog into 3 categories: land, sea, and sky. Another big change for Bremont is they've seemingly moved away from their military marketing aesthetic. So while they used to be like the British military watchmaker, they're kind of now more outdoorsy. And hey, this is for like the everyday man. Yo guys, so this is a screenshot from Bremont's website currently, and I guess one of their brand ambassadors is this guy Jimmy Chin. I don't know much about him. I assume he's some type of explorer, rock climber. And what's funny about this media shot is he's not even wearing a watch on either of his wrists. So you'd think like in the shot they'd choose for their media assets, they would have one of him, scaling this rock face with one of their watches on. I don't know. That was just weird to me. But probably the biggest change, and the one that matters the most for a prospective consumer, is that they've drastically cut their prices. So they used to hover around $10,000 or more, and now they're closer to the $3,000 to $5,000 range. So I'll say average like a 4K watch. Here's the issue though. Although Bremont has simplified their catalog, it also seems like they've simplified their watches, and they all seem just very boring. Now, when I look at the prices, I can see they're more affordable than they used to be, but they also are overpriced for what they are. I look at the watches, I look at the price, and then I think Longines, Tudor, even Hamilton. They all make outdoorsy, interesting watches, and they have much more interesting catalogs. And again, if I'm going to spend an average of $4,000 on a Bremont, I'm going to look elsewhere. I'm just going to be honest. And the final thing that I think is kind of jarring and a big issue is that they spent so much time, effort, and money marketing themselves as this British military watchmaker that makes tactical stuff for, the British Royal Military. It seems just very bizarre that they would just so quickly dissociate from that. It's again, kind of jarring, and it makes me question the authenticity of their brand. I'm not saying that they make counterfeit products. I'm saying it makes me question what they stand for and what they are. They can just so quickly change themselves like a chameleon. I don't know. I don't like that. And I think a lot of other consumers and prospective customers can also sense that. It's like Bremont as a watchmaker doesn't really have an identity, and they're just kind of an empty cup to be filled with whatever seems profitable. I don't know. I don't like that. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, keep in mind, this is all just my opinion, and I'm probably wrong, but currently an American investor named Bill Ackman and Hellcat Acquisitions is the majority owner of Bremont Watches. And I'm assuming Bremont remains unprofitable because I don't think they can pick themselves up out of that big of a hole in a matter of a year. I think it's going to take some time. So I could totally see the current ownership shopping Bremont around and hoping it gets picked up by a larger holding group, something like Swatch Group. Now, I'm not saying Swatch Group would be the ones to buy Bremont. I'm just saying I could see the current owners trying to sell it to a very large holding group. But all in all, from what I see when it comes to watch enthusiasts that I interact with, and I interact with a whole lot of watch enthusiasts every single day, seems like most of us just see Bremont as an overpriced, out-of-touch watchmaker, and it makes sense that they've been unprofitable for the better part of a decade when you look at other comparable watchmakers. Again, Tudor, Longines, even some Swatch Group brands like Hamilton. And I understand Longines is also a Swatch Group brand. I'm just saying, like, even more affordable Swatch Group brands like Hamilton are competing with Bremont when it comes to what they actually offer. So am I gonna purchase a Bremont anytime soon? Probably not. Did I think some of their older models were cool? Yeah, I did, but they were also incredibly overpriced in my opinion. And we can see that that general opinion of Bremont watches kind of did damage to them in a very big way. But let me know what you think. Are they going to be in business for much longer? Are they going to be shopped around and sold? What is going to happen to Bremont watches? I want to hear from you. So leave me that comment and I will see you there. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. By the way, wristwatch check in this episode. I wore my Rolex Explorer 2 16570. All right, later.